If you are a girl who's motivated by the fear of being average, keep watching this video because I'm going to show you how to become unique AF in just 4 unique steps. So let's get straight into it. Step 1. Develop independent thinking. If you want to stand out and stop blending into the gray mass of everyone else, the first step is to develop independent thinking. There's one fictional character who shows us exactly how to do that, and that's Rick Sanchez. Rick Sanchez is the main character in Rick and Morty, an animated science fiction show. One of Rick's most defining traits is his independent thinking. He refuses to follow rules, beliefs, or systems just because others do. Instead, he constantly questions everything around him.
But I'll tell you how I feel about school, Jerry. It's a waste of time. Bunch of people running around, bumping into each other.
Rick's uniqueness stems from his willingness to offend, question, and rebuild every assumption, even his own. When others try to force structure or meaning onto life, Rick resists.
You really are your father's children. Think for yourselves, don't be sheep.
This shows his belief that people must create their own meaning rather than accept someone else's version. That's exactly what makes him so unique. So how do you take this level of independent thinking and actually use it in your own life? First, don't just accept things because they're popular or quote-unquote normal. Most people never question the systems they grow up in. They follow trends, rules, and routines simply because everyone else does. But if you want to be truly unique, you have to slow down and ask, does this actually make sense for me personally? Thinking outside the box starts when you stop assuming the box is the only option. So start looking at things from your own angle. Question assumptions and explore your own opinions, even if they go against the crowd. Step 2. Build a strong identity. One thing that makes certain people extremely memorable and unique is a strong identity. A strong identity means that when people think of you, they instantly know what you're about. Not just your name or your face, but the energy you give off and the traits you consistently show. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Regina George is the savage, cold, confident, mean girl. You know who she is the moment she walks into the room. Johnny Depp is artistic, a little strange, and effortlessly cool. He always plays the mysterious outsider, and he carries that same energy in real life. Lana Del Rey is soft, dreamy, and emotionally deep. She doesn't stand out by being loud or dramatic. Instead, she creates a soft atmosphere that quietly pulls you in. They're all very different, but they have one thing in common. Their identity is extremely strong, and that's exactly what makes them unforgettable. Now that you understand what a strong identity looks like, let's break down exactly how you can start building yours. First, you need to choose 2 traits about yourself that you genuinely like and that people often notice about you. These should be traits that you naturally express, not ones you're trying to force. Ask yourself, what do people always tell me or notice about me? And what are the traits I genuinely like the most about myself? Once you find 1 or 2 of those natural traits, your next step is to lean into them on purpose. Make them part of how you speak, dress, think, and carry yourself. The more clearly you show those traits, the more unforgettable you become. And to help you truly see how limitless your identity can be, let me show you a few examples. Keanu Reeves is quiet and deeply kind. Mr. Beast is calculated, obsessive, and generous. Snoop Dogg is laid back, cool, and original. Zendaya is calm, elegant, and grounded. All of these people are successful, and they're completely different from each other. So instead of trying to fit into something, think bigger about who you want to become and choose the version of yourself that actually feels right. Step 3. Embrace the fire. Some people just know deep down that they're not meant to live a normal life. They've felt it since they were young, that weird sense of not fitting in. While everyone else seemed satisfied with small talk and surface-level goals, they were craving something more. The idea of an average life just never felt right to them. It felt too small for the kind of dreams they had. If you have ever felt the same way, like you don't belong in a normal life, that's not something to ignore. It's a real signal that your mind works differently. You see more, you feel more, and you're not satisfied with what satisfies most people. So it's time to stop pretending you're like everyone else and finally start embracing your fire. And the first thing you need for that is passion. Passion is that strong feeling of wanting something so badly, it actually hurts to imagine not having it. And one of the best examples of what passion really looks like is Gisele Bündchen. Before becoming one of the most successful and highest paid supermodels in the world, Gisele was rejected over 40 times by modeling agencies. She was told her nose was too big, that her eyes were too small, and that she'd never make it as a model. She went to casting after casting and kept hearing no. But she didn't stop. Instead of changing herself or giving up, she kept showing up until one person finally said yes. That one yes changed everything. Giselle became the face of huge brands like Victoria's Secret and Dior. She went on to walk runways all over the world, appear on more than 1,200 magazine covers, and redefine what it means to be a supermodel. Her story beautifully shows what it means to want something so badly that you'll keep going through rejection, discomfort, and doubt until it's yours. Now, your passion definitely doesn't have to be modeling like Giselle's. It can be something completely different. But whatever it is, you need to find it. Here's how you can start. First, start paying attention to your obsessions. The things you rant about, the things you daydream about, and the rabbit holes you fall into on YouTube at 2 a.m. Then, you need to start feeding that obsession. Read about it, study it, and build something with it. The more you feed it, the more energy and creativity you'll unlock. The most important thing is simply that you truly love it and it makes you feel alive. Step 4. Don't let the world name you. Most of us spend our whole lives trying to make other people happy. We do things we don't want to do to impress people we don't even like. You pick your clothes based on what gets you compliments. You choose your classes because your parents said so. You hang out with people who make you feel bad because you're scared to be alone. And someday, when you're old and look back at your life, you'll realize you lived your whole life for people you didn't even like that much. So here's the thing. You need to stop living for others. If you're afraid to define yourself and hide your personality to avoid judgment, you're not staying safe. You're just giving other people permission to decide who you are. So stop making yourself smaller just to make other people feel more comfortable. The more clearly you show up as yourself, the less room there is for the world to decide who you're supposed to be. And by the way, in a world where most people are living for others, living for yourself actually comes across as unique and interesting. People notice when someone isn't performing, pretending, or seeking approval. So here's the final takeaway. Start thinking for yourself, let your personality be clear, and whatever you do, do it with passion. This was the Desire Diaries. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any recommendations for my future videos, let me know in the comments. And until the next video, stay confident, smart, and glowing.